keep looking in the front and play his part for him, and then come back into the bar again when just to keep the timing. And nobody knew that the band made an error or somebody played a wrong chord or missed out on their part. Nobody knew at that time. So there was a lot of teamwork happening. So playing live helps you develop understanding between each other, coordination, trust, knowing that if I make a mistake, somebody's going to be there to watch my back. There's a light, certain kind of light, never shone on me. I want my life to be with you, to be with you. And there's a way.
Everybody used to play more or less the same songs. जो मार्केट की रिक्वायरमेंट थी वो यही वाली थी ना कि भाई जो बज रहा है वही सुनना है. हमारा जो उस ज़माने का जो selection of music was mostly pop music. I remember we had played Billie Jean or we had played Beat It as well because our guitarist used to play the guitar solo. हमको कॉपी करना होता था म्यूजिक को, तो whoever copies best, that was the criteria. और बिल्कुल we used to play the song note to note. ऐसा नहीं था कि हमने उसमें अपनी कोई चीज़ डाल दी, बिल्कुल किसी तरीके से भी नहीं. We used to make sure that whatever we are playing, it is as यानी पूरा exact verbatim of the song, because original labels उस ज़माने में थे ही नहीं.
Horseshoe restaurant, which was on Main Sharai Faisal near the Habib Bank Gold Masjid. It was nice and dark like this. Okay, it had a stage. As you entered, there was stairways going down. Okay, and as you entered, on the left would, if I recall clearly, was the manager's desk or the cashier and everything. And there were tables all around, and it was in a U-shape kind of a thing where the band was placed there, and they had a wooden dance floor on it with lights all over. It was really magical because for a young boy that's just out of school, seeing this kind of life was a wow kind of an experience. Of course, we would go with our group of friends, girls, guys together, and some would be in couples. And when we would go, there was no fear of somebody harassing us. And of course, there were a few bad times that I remember where there were actually gunfights. In the discotheque itself, between two parties. And we were ducking behind our instruments to, save ourselves and stuff. So that was also very exciting. And then gradually things faded away. When you don't provide entertainment or some kind of entertainment where the public can go to, then the wrong things come up. I mean, you move in the wrong direction. I remember very clearly when I first started my music, I knew nothing about drugs. I knew nothing about things like heroin and dope and any of these things. I had no knowledge, never heard of it before. Yes, alcohol was very much there, and that's all that we knew. And we never heard of guns coming out and stuff. We knew that there would be, whenever there was a rift, it would be hand-to-hand battle, or maybe most a knife, but nothing so drastic. Now in this era, I mean, as gradually when we saw, you couldn't even take or pick an argument with somebody younger to you, because you didn't know he would just take out a pistol and bang. And your youth is your future. If you don't look after your youth, you don't have a future.
time, the only bands in Karachi were from the Christian community. They played at weddings, they played at functions, they played in nightclubs, they played in the hotels.
In the past, musicians knew their music in the sense that they read music. They were taught music.
They were trained.
Yeah, and I remember this gentleman, FX Fernandez for that matter. He was one of the only chaps that taught music at that time. And we had a big concert which was brought up by Begum Liaquat Ali Khan. It was at the Capitol Cinema House, and we had that there. And Akbar Liaquat Ali, he played the violin, and there was this other Ashraf. He played the piano, and it was a big orchestra and a big concert that time. And I remember getting a